before we move on, I want to talk a little bit about the silly season for IndyCar.
Yes,
Um,
yes, yes.
so I'm just gonna go through some highlights. So first of all, Peterson is locked into AJ Foyt.
Mhm.
But Ferrucci wants to return. The team wants him to return, but there's a lot of sponsorship issues. Budget is not great right now, so there's a small question mark next to Ferrucci's name. Then there's Andretti. Andretti is kind of complicated right now.
Got us from the
So
Canadian mount, bro. Di
Herta,
Francesco is not good.
Herta and Kirkwood are locked in. Um, so those two are out of the way. But then there's a conversation about Kirkwood when his contract expires. People are linking him to Penske, which is very interesting until you realize that Will Power is going to be on his way out soon. And Kirkwood apparently is a good fit for Penske. That's what I've heard. But this is from a racer.com article written by, I believe his name is, hold on, let me find it. Mark Glendenning. So more about this is that Callum Ilott has been linked to Andretti, but a big name that was thrown around is Felipe Drugovich, who has been rumored to Andretti in Formula E, but now his name is being thrown around in IndyCar because he mentioned about a month ago that he really enjoys watching oval racing. So that's another thing that's been tossed around. Jake Dennis is another name, but he's probably gonna stay in Formula E. As for McLaren, um, Alex Palou will be going to McLaren, as we all know. But then their other seats are kind of up in the air, but it's a common understanding that Pato Award um will stay with McLaren. As for the rest of the seats, they're 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 iffy. Rossi, people think that he's going to return, and I think that he's going to return. Rosenquist is up in the air, though. There's a lot of free agents that look more enticing than Rosenquist, so I'm very interested to see what all these big teams will do.
There's so many good prospects in Indy Lights right now, and then you have all of
Hmm.
the F2 drivers who aren't going to get rides in F1, either going to Formula E or IndyCar. So, I mean, and what about Marcus Armstrong? I mean,
Yeah,
where's he gonna go? And if Marcus Ericsson leaves, well, are we gonna get both Felipe Drugovich and Marcus Ericsson at Chip Ganassi next year? What about Sato? I mean, there's so many questions in IndyCar. It's gonna.
yeah.
I feel like that's the biggest silly season out of the three series. Um, you know, F1 you really don't have a silly season there. NASCAR you have it every single season. And we're currently in the midst of it. But IndyCar, a lot of big names and where they're gonna go.